Right now, somewhere near your home, mosquitoes are breeding, in standing water the size of a bottle cap, in gutters, plant saucers, damp soil beneath your porch. And the insect repellent industry, worth over $18 billion annually, is quietly counting on you to keep buying their sprays and coils month after month to do something you could have done yourself for less than $1. And that solution has been sitting in the herbs section of every grocery store for decades. The question is not whether it works. The question is why you were never supposed to find out. The repellent industry does not want a permanent solution. An industry built on repeat purchases and seasonal restocking has absolutely no financial incentive to hand you something that ends the problem forever. A can of DEET spray costs you $8 to $15 and lasts maybe 2 weeks. A professional yard treatment runs $150 to $400 per visit. The chemicals they use cost them pennies. You are not being overcharged because the problem is complicated. You are being overcharged because your dependency is profitable. American households spend an estimated $3 billion every year on mosquito control for a problem that in most cases could be resolved permanently for almost nothing. These companies do not want satisfied customers. They want seasonal, returning ones who believe there is no other way. That changes today. By the time this is finished, you will know exactly what this $1 herb is, why it works at a biological level, and the exact method for using it so the problem does not just reduce. It ends. And I will show you the one critical mistake that causes this method to fail entirely. A mistake almost everyone makes the first time. Do not skip it. To understand why this works, go back further than you expect. Not to a laboratory. To rural communities across West Africa, South Asia, and Central America, where for centuries, households faced mosquito seasons with no access to commercial repellents whatsoever. What they had were plants. And what they discovered, passed down through generations in household tradition, was that one herb in particular, used the right way, did not merely discourage mosquitoes. It eliminated them, consistently. That knowledge was never commercialized because there was no money in it. And when independent researchers began formally studying it in the 1980s and 90s, grant funding was quietly redirected. Studies showing real results were buried in journals no homeowner would ever read. The industry understood clearly. If people knew a common kitchen herb solved their mosquito problem permanently, the repeat purchase model collapsed overnight. The herb is basil. More specifically, the volatile compound it releases called linalool, combined with estragol and eucalyptol present in high-oil basil varieties. And what these compounds do to a mosquito's sensory system is something the industry has known about quietly for decades and chose never to discuss publicly. Here is the science, simply stated. Mosquitoes hunt through chemistry. They detect CO2, body heat, and specific human skin compounds through their olfactory receptors. Their entire navigation system is chemical. Linalool, released in sufficient concentration, does not just mask those human signals. It actively disrupts the mosquito's receptor function. The insect cannot navigate, cannot locate a host. In high concentration in closed environments, the neurological overstimulation causes paralysis and death. It is not folklore. It is biochemistry, and it costs less than $1 per application. Here is exactly how you use it. Step 1. Buy fresh basil or pure basil essential oil. A live basil plant costs under $3 and supplies you through an entire season. Pure essential oil runs $6 to $12 and lasts dozens of applications. Do not buy synthetic basil fragrance products. The linalool concentration is too low. You need the real compound. Step 2. Identify your mosquito zones. Near standing water, shaded humid corners, window frames, door thresholds. Those are your targets. Step 3. If using a live plant, position basil at every entry point. Window ledges, door thresholds, outdoor seating areas. One plant in one corner is not enough. Coverage requires distribution across the full perimeter. Step 4. If using essential oil, soak cotton balls fully. Saturated, dripping. Place them at every entry and congregation zone. A lightly dampened cotton ball releases insufficient vapor. Full saturation is what creates lethal concentration. Resaturate every 4 to 5 days. Step 5. Crush fresh basil leaves directly onto exposed skin before going outdoors. The crushed leaf releases far higher oil concentration than the intact leaf. This is your personal barrier at zero additional cost. Now the warning. The single mistake that kills this method is treating only the outside while ignoring indoor breeding conditions. Mosquitoes breed wherever standing water exists inside your home. A plant saucer, a pet bowl, a vase of cut flowers, a blocked drain. If you do not eliminate every indoor water accumulation point and treat every entry gap, you are slowing the problem, not ending it. Most people stop at the obvious. Do not. And here is the detail that makes this genuinely remarkable. Linalool does not just affect mosquitoes already present. It disrupts the chemical trail signals that guide new mosquitoes toward inhabited structures in the first place. Mosquitoes orient toward human homes through layered scent markers. Linalool saturates that environment, masking the signals that were drawing the next wave in behind the first. You are not just clearing the room. You are removing the reason they were coming at all. No commercial spray can claim that, because a product designed to wear off in 4 hours cannot offer you a system that removes the source of attraction permanently. Consider the numbers plainly. DEET spray, $12, lasts 4 hours, documented skin absorption, restricted near young children. Professional yard treatment, $300 per application, effective 3 to 4 weeks. Broad-spectrum chemical that kills pollinators alongside mosquitoes. Against that, a 3-week basal deployment costs under $5 total. No chemical residue, no environmental damage, and a disruption mechanism that addresses not just present mosquitoes, but the population pressure drawing them toward your home. What you now know is this. For less than $1, using a herb commercially available for over a century, you can eliminate a mosquito problem by targeting the precise sensory vulnerability that makes them such effective hunters and in the right chemical environment, completely helpless. The industry has not been unable to tell you this. They have been unwilling, and the difference between those two things is worth billions of dollars. They're billions, paid for with your money. But here is what should concern you. The linalool mechanism, this sensory disruption system, is not unique to mosquitoes. The same biological principle applies to a broader category of flying pest responsible for an estimated $40 billion in damage across North America every single year. A category whose treatment industry is even more aggressively protected. The herb works there too. Which pest? And why has almost no one outside specialist research ever been allowed to connect those dots?